Hello, this is Dunedain, and yesterday we had another classic news update, this time about Alterac Valley in Classic. Now first I wasn't going to make a video about this, because I thought it wasn't that important, but the more I think about it, the more I feel the need to structure my thoughts, because it's rather important in my opinion. First of all, they said they are going to release the 1.12 version of Alterac Valley. And I've been thinking about all the changes that Alterac Valley went through from the moment it was released until the moment until 1.12 basically, and there were quite a lot of changes. So much that actually the gameplay totally changed from the original version to the version we are getting eventually. Alterac Valley, most people think about that as the endless battleground. The battleground that could last a couple of hours or even days. And many of us who have memories, including myself from Alterac Valley, have those memories of the battleground going on for 2 days maybe. Where you log in the morning, for example, or in the evening, let's say, you go to sleep and you wake up and it's still the same battle going on. Now, that's part of the nostalgia, and many of us think that was a very nice experience. It might have been boring sometimes, but I come back to that later. Now, Alterac Valley is unique in that it gave us the opportunity to either participate in the big battle, on the war front basically, or you could do other stuff, more PvE oriented stuff. And you had time for it, because the battleground went on for several hours. So many of the things you could do were back in the city, or well, back in the little village of your faction, or in the mines, or somewhere else. And you had plenty of different little quests with some quite nice rewards. Now, one of those quests was about killing Karg the Blood Rager. Now, Karg the Blood Rager went through a couple of changes, but he was removed entirely from Alterac Valley in 1.12. And so the quest changed to just win an Alterac Valley battleground. There were some interesting rewards to that quest, and many people wanted to do that quest for those rewards. And now in the original version, the Karg the Blood Rager, he was spawned at the 2-hour mark. So that meant that Alterac Valley usually went beyond the 2-hour mark, and people tried to turtle from each side. Well, they didn't even try to turtle, it played itself like that. And eventually Karg the Blood Rager would spawn and people got their quest complete. Or at least one faction got their quest complete. And the battle went on, and people fought for the graveyards and stuff. It was just an interesting experience. You didn't have that anywhere else in the game. Now, what they did through the patches is they nerfed many of the NPCs, so it was easier to kill them and just go faster from one side to the other. They removed Karg the Blood Rager. They changed graveyards, the position of graveyards, because they thought it was less balanced. And one faction had the upper hand above the other, and that would have been in the Alliance, I suppose. So they changed the map a little bit, and basically they tried to make it more balanced, and they tried to make it a little bit faster. Now they did that several patches, for several patches in a row, and that meant that Alterac Valley, which was once that long 2-hour or 2-day battleground, now became a rush to the other side. And there wasn't much warfront going on anymore. There was not much PvP anymore. People just ran to the other side ASAP, and that was now possible because there were no guards anymore, and there was no reason to stay 2 hours until Karg the Blood Rager eventually spawned. So people just rushed to the other side and they killed the boss NPC, and then they won the battleground. So I'm afraid that by implementing this 1.12 version, that would probably be the main strategy going to Alterac Valley. And this nostalgia, which we all have from the old Alterac Valley, we will never be able to get that back. And that's quite sad if you think about it. So that's why I decided to make this video. First, I guess I forgot that it came in 1.12, but I've looked up some videos, as you can see in the background, and you can see the clear difference between the old epic version of Alterac Valley and the 1.12 version, in which people just rush each other and there's no war, there's no PvP. So I certainly hope that Blizzard might change their mind. I don't think they will, but maybe in the future, you never know. And the more the community talks about it, the more they might get the idea it would be interesting to change Alterac Valley again to an older version. So to summarize everything a little bit, I think that Blizzard's thought process was that they would rather release a balanced version with the most balanced map. Now, if we learned one thing from the past, it is that balance doesn't always equate fun. And I think in this case, the old version, which was probably less balanced, is actually a lot more fun. I could say the same about the old talent trees, but I'm not going to bother you about that topic. So that's about all I have to say, and I hope we will keep getting those weekly updates, because it's quite nice. We have something to talk about, the hype is building. I just hope next update is a little bit more positive. But I have faith in the new Blizzard team, so have a nice day.